Hello, friends and neighbors of Eastvale. Don Pettinger here again. We're going through a series of interviews that we're going to make available to you about Measure A to better inform you as a voter. Today, I have the privilege of also talking with Todd Rigby, a resident of our fine city, a business owner in our city, and he also serves on council. Todd, welcome. Thanks for coming on today with us.
Hi, Don. Thanks for having me. Thanks for taking the time to do this.
You bet. I think it's really important that we educate the voters in our city about Measure A so that they understand fact from fiction. So in your mindset, what exactly is Measure A, Todd?
You know, you hit it perfectly right there in saying that it's important to educate our residents, and that's the crucial part, that we need to make sure that we educate our residents, allow them to make the choices that they feel is appropriate for them and for their families. Measure A, it is important to realize that it is a no-tax measure, meaning that it is not an increase in sales tax, it's not an increase in your property taxes. Those are not going to change. If you go to the store today and you buy something today, you go to the store after this passes, the taxes aren't going to change. Your property taxes that you pay, you go and you pay your property taxes today, you pay them after, it's not going to change that amount. This measure does not affect that. It is not a new tax in any way.
Excellent. So you talked about the sales tax not going up. Let's talk a little bit about you as a business owner. Your business is real estate. How would this have an effect on you selling one of our homes if Measure A passes? And then take the flip side if it doesn't pass, if you could share that.
So if Measure A passes, this is not going to affect real estate property taxes. It's not going to make a big difference there at all. If it doesn't pass, it's not going to affect that either. The way that it's going to affect real estate in the city of Eastvale, in my opinion, is this is going to allow the city to continue to collect revenues that are coming in from visitors, from, yes, it will be our sales taxes charged to our residents, but it'll allow the city to receive those revenues and be able to utilize those revenues throughout the different sources that expenses come in the city. That could be through infrastructure, road repairs, that could be building a city hall, that could be building a substation, that could be building a third fire station, all these different things through development. They need those revenues to compensate for those expenses that come with this development.
Great. So Measure A will allow us to maintain our current levels of law enforcement. Is that correct? Or even possibly help them grow in the future?
One of the things that our council continues to set is a strategic high priority is the public safety within our community. And my opinion as a resident, also as a council member, my opinion is that I would love to see some of this money be able to be used in our law enforcement. As I said, a substation, a third fire station. We could also possibly use, as we receive more revenues, we could use it for an additional set team. We could use it for all these different avenues that we could use in law enforcement to continue to keep, and like you said, Don, improve our public safety within our community.
Great. Now, one of the important things with the way society is right now, everybody's fighting at each other and we can't seem to come together on anything. If you look at the supporters of Measure A, you have progressives and you have conservatives, you have Republicans and you have Democrats. Both sides of the aisle seem to be strongly supporting Measure A for Eastvale. If you look at some of the big names, we have Sheriff Chad Bianco, who is a strong supporter of Measure A for our city. Supervisor Karen Spiegel is a strong supporter. Our Chamber of Commerce is a strong supporter. So it looks like we have a cross-section of people who really want to support this measure for our city. What are your thoughts about that, Todd?
You know, one of the things that I love about local government, local politics, I'm not a typical politician, I'll admit it. One of the things that I love about local government is it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. It doesn't matter Republican, Democrat, Independent, Libertarian, it doesn't matter. What we focus on here in local politics is what is best for our city. I am very grateful for the support that we have on this measure from our supervisor, Ms. Karen Spiegel, or Chairwoman Karen Spiegel, and for the support that she's given us. Also the support that our sheriff, Mr. Chad Bianco, has given us in this also. But this is really helping us all to come together, all to work together, from our supervisor, from our sheriff's department, from our council, from all these different areas. We have our Chamber of Commerce that is supportive of this. So this is truly a community coming together to better our community, to see what we can do to continue to see the success of the City of Eastvale.
Todd, thanks so much for coming on. Are there any closing comments that you want to make to this community of Eastvale before we get out and vote on March 2nd?
There's a lot of concerns that some people have about Measure A, and rightfully so. As we started off this conversation, the best thing that you can do is educate yourself on this measure and then make your choice based off of proper education. Make sure that you have that proper education. Make sure that you know what you're hearing, that you understand what you're hearing. Measure A yes vote on Measure A does not increase your taxes, does not increase your property or sales taxes. It allows the city to continue to receive the revenue that's already coming in. A no vote on Measure A does not guarantee a refund to you, does not guarantee that you're going to get money back, that you're going to get a lower tax rate. A yes on Measure A will continue to help our city succeed.
Todd, thank you so much for being on today and helping clear up some of that information for our residents. Hopefully everyone gets out there and will vote on March 2nd. And together we will continue to make Eastvale a great place to raise your family. Thanks, Todd. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Don, and thank you to our residents.